Good day, Defenders. So ngayon, pag-usapan natin ay tungkol sa film processing and printmaking. Film processing is the method of processing the exposed film into the chemicals in order to produce negative copies, known as the partial product of photography, which is basis of producing the photographs or positive copies during printmaking. After the film has been exposed to light with the aid of camera, the image of the objects there is only latent or temporary. So to make it visible and permanent, it is necessary to process in chemicals. In this stage of photography is critical because once the film would be destroyed during its processing in chemicals, no more image to be formed. In short, no more negative, and it cannot proceed in printmaking. So therefore, there is an utmost care is very significant. Darkroom. It is a room that can be made completely dark to allow the processing of light-sensitive photographic materials, including photographic film and photographic paper. So this is the process of handling and printing film or negatives in a room which less light or no light at all. This room is called the dark room. Because of the popularity of digital photography today, darkroom are not as popular or necessary as the ones that were. So you can still find them through in professional photo studios, colleges, and photography schools. So like our schools, we have a darkroom. So yun. Changing bag. It is a small bag with sleeve armholes, specially designed to be completely light-proof and used to prepare film prior to exposure or developing. If you are into film photography, a changing bag is an extremely useful accessory. So some people even go as far as doing the whole development process inside the bag to ensure against light leaks in the processing tank. If you do this, make sure you do not contaminate your bag with processing chemicals. Developing tank. It is a light-tight container used for developing film. So dito, pinapasok yung steel rail and then yung negative. Then lalagyan ng chemical processing. So this is called developing tank. We have types of developing tanks and reels for roll films. So we have stainless steel reel. So the film is clipped to the center and then gently pinched while the reel is torn so that the film falls into the reel grooves. So this is the stainless steel reel. Then we have a plastic reel. So the film is loaded from the outside and then wound into the reel by rotating the reel with a back and forth motion.
In this reel, there is a little guide that covers up three portions of the little square that's made, and one portion is open. So I'm going to show you how to load all three. So with this particular one, you're going to push it through the opening, and when you do, you now have to take like your middle finger and thumb and hold the film in place in the center until you start to walk it around. After you get it around about a turn or so, then it should be pretty much in shape, in place I mean, and again all you have to do is walk it on all the way in, and then you're ready to go. It's that easy. That's how you load your stainless steel reels. Good luck. I hope you get good shots.
Negative. A negative is an image usually on strip or sheet of transparent plastic film in which the lightest areas of the photograph subject appear darkest and the darkest area appear lightest. So, a negative image is a total inversion in which light areas appear dark and vice versa. We will move to printmaking. So this is this final stage in making a photograph. So the basis of photographer in the production of positive or photograph is the negative copy serving a subject. So bago tayo gumawa ng positive photograph, so kailangan muna natin ng negative copy. Okay? So the color of the image from the negative is opposite. So magkaiba yon from the actual object and later on it will projected on the emulsion photographic paper and would appear the same with the color of the object being photographed. So the printmaking or positive making can be conducted and produce photograph by means of two ways. So dalawang pamaraan yan. So we have enlarging and then meron tayong contact printing. So before we start, kailangan muna natin uh, malaman kung anong ibig sabihin ng enlarging. We have enlarging. In enlarging works, we need to use an enlarger machine case or projector. So this is the enlarging machine. In this method of printmaking or positive making, we can produce the desired size of photograph since the enlarger is adjustable in terms of height in its head carrying a negative copy. So tayo yung makakapag-adjust kung anong gusto nating uh, laki ng ating positive making. Okay? Sa print making natin. The rule is that the higher the enlarger head, the bigger the size of the image to protect in an emulsion of photographic paper, while the lower head of the enlarger, the smaller the size of the projected images on the emulsion of photographic paper. So yan. Tayo na lang mag-a-adjust kung tataasin natin uh, yung enlarger head. So magkakaroon tayo ng malaking size ng image sa positive making. So this is the enlarging. Then we have enlarger. Kung ang kanina is enlarging, so this is yung enlarging is a process or a method, while enlarger is a darkroom tool which projects images from negatives onto enlarging paper for the purpose of making prints. Enlargers are usually an integral part of the film photography process, unless photographers are making contact prints which are produced through a different process. Therefore, it is common to see an enlarger or several in the darkroom environment. So this is called enlarger. So this is a darkroom tool kung saan nakakapag-project tayo ng images galing sa negatives. Okay? Common parts and functions of the enlarger. So this is enlarger head. So it is the main working part of the enlarger. It contains the light source, the condenser lens, and the negative holder and the lens. So ito yung enlarger. So sa enlarger head, sa enlarger head nandun yung light source, condenser lens, and also negative holder and the lens. So sakop yan ng enlarger head. We have lamp. So this part supply the light passes through the negative that expose the photographic paper. As you can see, so ito yung lamp nasa loob dyan. Okay? Sa loob niyan, nandoon yung lamp. Then we have condensed lens. So this is the example of condensed lens. Yan. Sa letter H, condenser lenses. So nasa gitna siya. Yung A is lamp. Then yung H, condenser lenses. Yan, nakikita nyo. So this lens spread the light coming from the lamp of the enlarger. So yan. It is usually made of two convex lenses. Yan, dalawa yung convex lenses niyan. And in some instances, it is made of a flat piece of diffusing glass. Okay? Then we have negative carrier. So ito yung negative carrier. As you can see, this part holds the negative flat and level fitted between the light housing assembly and the lens of the enlarger. Yan, ipapasok dito yung negative na gusto nating uh, magkaroon ng print. Pipili lang tayo dyan sa butas na yan, then ipapasok dito sa enlarger sa gitna. So yun, this is a negative carrier. Then we have aperture. Okay, so this is the opening of the lens that controls the rays of light passing through it. So the light will be dim or bright depending on the enlarger aperture opening. So tayo magko-control niyan sa sa pag-adjust ng aperture. Okay? You must turn the ring to see the differences in brightness. Yan. When we compare this ring to the ring on a camera, it is the same thing. So pareho lang to sa camera natin na usually na ginagamit. So yung function din nila pareho din sa enlarger. So tayo mag-a-adjust niyan sa the to see the difference in brightness. So this is the aperture. We have lens. So like the camera, meron din tayong lens. So sa enlarger, we have also lens. So this is the one responsible in forming the image coming from the negative. Yan. Diyan yun nakikita nyo. So sa ilalim ng lens, meron doon negative carrier. Of course, sa negative carrier, doon nilalagay yung negative. Then papasok dito sa loob, yan, forming the image coming from the negative. Okay? We have focusing mechanism. So these are the example of focusing mechanism. This part of the enlarger moves the lens up and down to focus the projected images. So tayo yung mag-adjust niyan. Itataas, ibababa natin. Okay? Yung focusing mechanism. So this is enlarger column. As you can see, this is a holder of the enlarger head and commonly serves as a reel in controlling the height of the enlarger head. So yan. Pwede natin i-adjust pataas, pababa, gaano kataas. Okay, kukontrolin natin yung taas niya sa enlarger head. So this is enlarger column. Then we have elevating control knob. So as you can see, yung isa dito focusing mechanism, then we have elevating control knob. So ano ba yung gamit nito? So this part control the image size projected on the base. So yan. It can control the image size projected on the base. Okay? We have baseboard. Yan. This part practically support the entire unit of the enlarger. Usually, it holds the easels that carry the photographic paper. So, easels, siya yung hold. It hold the easels. Easel. Yan. It is used to hold the paper perfectly flat. Okay? So yan. Some easel are designed with adjustable overlapping some easel are designed with adjustable overlapping flat steel or blades to crop the image on the paper to the desired size while keeping an unexposed white border about the image. So, ito yung easel. Then we have read filter. So, yan, yung read filter. So, this is only useful if you are trying to make multiple exposure from different negatives and you are not using any kind of registration system. So, this is a read filter. Pillows, yan. This part of the enlargers allows the distance between the lens and negative carrier to be adjusted while focusing. This is pillows. Now we have technique employed during enlarging. We have clapping. It is the elimination of some part of the negative which are not wanted to include in positive. So yan. So pag ano natin sa enlarging, may part tayo na hindi sasalid ito yung ano, yung side ng picture niya nga hindi naman importante. So magkakaroon tayo ng elimination of some part of the negative. So yan, cropping ang tawag dyan. Warning, it is the adding of exposure time on a specific area of the negative in order to bring out details when it comes in positive. So, adding of exposure time. So, magkakaroon tayo ng mayroon kasing ano habang nag-enlarging tayo, mayroong time din na paano natin i-expose yung negative. Then, ina-add natin yung time niyan. So, ang tawag dyan is burning. Para makita yung buong detalye ng negative when it comes in positive. Dodging. It is the holding back of some lights to a specific area to make it lighter intensity. So, yan, dodging. Contact printing. So when we say contact printing, it is a photographic image produced by laying the negative. Typically, a negative directly against photographic paper and exposing the paper to light. So the term contact printing, it derives from the process of creating direct contact. So yun, mayroon direct contact between the negative and photographic paper. So, sa enlarger, meron tayong ilalagay doon na photographic paper. So, the result is a print that is the same size of the negative. So, yun. So, sa photographic paper, at saka yung negative, so magkakaroon ng contact printing. Okay? Then, we have positive. So, ano ba yung positive? Kung may negative, may positive. Yung positive, it is a film or paper record of a scene that represent the color and luminance of objects in the scene with the same colors and luminance as near the medium will allow. So, yan, ito yung positive. Yung parang finished product na siya galing sa negative, di ba?
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta, just to me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers, getting no licks in the van. Legacies.